The West, where innovation, reinvention, tenacity and pride run generations deep. And at the heart, a world-class university epitomising these values. A place where the opportunity for success is everywhere, for everyone. Where learning is a carefully navigated journey, where every student is important. Ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities, with enviable facilities and industry links, and a reinvented first year like no other. Here in the West, people know about working hard, about growing, evolving, about succeeding. And when you leave with your degree, you will too. Victoria University, world class in the West.
My name is Fatima Osman. I'm a technical standards engineer. I graduated in June 2009 from Victoria University with a bachelor's degrees in electrical and electronics engineering. I was actually very excited and proud because my dad attended my graduation. He was standing on his seat the whole time so he could see me walk up to the stage. And when I did receive my degree and I caught up with him, he said one thing to me which I can't forget. He said, "You've done it, you're an engineer." That's probably one of my proudest moments.
My name's Vincent Shin and I'm a school lawyer. I completed a Bachelor of Laws degree from Victoria University in 2013.
I'm Christian Williams. I'm a teacher at St Michael's Primary in Ashburton. I graduated from VU in 2008 with a Bachelor of Education.
I came into industry very excited, but at the same time I realised I still had quite a lot of learning ahead of me.
Well, straight out of uni, I just wanted to be the best teacher in the world. And as soon as I got in the classroom, I was like, wow, I got a long way to go.
After I finished my law degree, it took me 6 months to finally land my first job as a lawyer. It was difficult, but I never gave up. Staying in contact with all my fellow graduates, contacting my lecturers to see what opportunities were available.
When I was at VU, I just had a really great network of mentors and friends that were there to support me, and when I was in the workplace, I could still call them and email them and ask them for advice. And it's been great to have that support in your corner for your career, to know that you can always come back.
I encourage everyone to stay connected with the alumni family. It's a nice feeling to be a part of something bigger.
It's also good to give back to the university and other students.
I like to give back to my uni, and the way I feel like I'm doing that is getting to volunteers that are current VU law students, which gives them a real foot in the door.
So after completing my degree, I joined the career mentoring program where I was now a mentor. Then I got onto the electrical and electronics engineering course committee, which I'm still part of, and I'm also a sessional staff member.
I had a few lecturers that made a really big impact on me personally and professionally, so I've just stayed in touch with them, and these days you've got no excuse with LinkedIn and Facebook and social. It's pretty easy to stay connected.
On LinkedIn, I'm part of the VU alumni group, and I just use that as a method to stay up to date with events and activities that are currently happening with the university.
I think it's really valuable and important to stay in touch with your uni and the alumni and the staff. That's where I believe the opportunities arise. When you're looking for a new job, when you're looking for your first job, being connected with your fellow students and fellow alumni opens the doors.
I definitely recommend for students to stay in contact with the university. It's a place that helps you develop to become the person in the profession that you are in.
Whatever you end up doing, just trying to be the best you can be, and you've got to ask for help. There's so many people out there that know a lot more than you, but don't be afraid to ask, because that's what it takes. So the people sitting around you, if you're there for them, they'll be there for you.
Just a while, we dared to swim along. Dark water left your sinking heart to drown. I know it's much too late to try. You're never coming home. When the tide came in, you left without a sound. We don't say what we should say. so many times you've stood in front of me. It was all so real, it was all so hard to see. I'm chasing ghosts and alibis who speak so quietly. I can almost hear you say, don't cry for me. We don't say what we should say. We get lost beyond the answer. We find loneliness. We pretend, but in the end, we get lost beyond the answer. We find loneliness. I never thought to hold you. I never thought that you might need an anchor. I never thought I'd lose you. I never thought that you might need an anchor. Now this is all of me. Take my apology. I never thought it would end like it did. Now this is all of me. Take my apology. It's all of me. This is all of me. I never thought to hold you. I never thought that you might need an anchor. I never thought I'd lose you. I never thought that you might need an anchor.
Uh-oh, running out of breath, but I got stamina. Uh-oh, running out, I close my eyes, but oh, I got stamina. And uh-oh, I see another mountain to climb, but I got stamina. Uh-oh, I need another lover in mine, 'cause I got stamina. Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. I'm free to be the greatest I'm alive. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest, the greatest, the greatest alive. The greatest, the greatest alive. Uh-oh, running out of breath, but I got stamina. Uh-oh, running out, I close my eyes, but oh, I got stamina. And oh yeah, running through the wave below. I got stamina. And oh yeah, I'm running and I'm just enough. And oh, I got stamina. Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. I'm free to be the greatest I'm alive. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest, the greatest, the greatest alive. The greatest, the greatest alive. Oh, oh, I got stamina. Oh, oh, I got stamina. Oh, oh, I got stamina. Oh, oh, I got stamina.
Ay, I am the truth. Ay, I am the wisdom of the fallen. I'm the youth. Ay, I am the greatest. Ay, this is the proof. Ay, I work hard, pray hard, pay dues. Ay, I transform with pressure. I'm hands-on with effort. I failed twice before. My bounce back was special. Let downs will get you, and the critics will test you. But the strongest survive. Another scar may bless you.
Don't give up,
No, no.
I won't give up.
No, no.
Don't give up, no, no, no.
Nah.
Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. I'm free to be the greatest I'm alive. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest, the greatest, the greatest alive. Won't you stay, at least until the sun goes down? When you're gone, I lose faith, I lose everything I have found. Heartstrings, violence, that's what I hear when you're by my side. Yeah, that's what I hear when you're by my side. But when you're gone, the music goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I lose my rhythm, lose my soul, whoa, 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 whoa. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let this be our final song. So don't let this be our final song. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let this be our final song. Baby, when we were young, there was nothing to make believe. And the songs that we sang, they were written for you and me. Melodies on repeat, that's what I hear when you're by my side. Yeah, that's what I hear when you're by my side. But when you're gone, the music goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I lose my rhythm, lose my soul, whoa, 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 whoa. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let this be our final song. So don't let this be our final song. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let this be our final song. Take us to a higher ground, here and now. Whatever you do, just don't look down. Underneath the disco light, it's alright. We gon' make the perfect sound. But when you're gone, the music goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I lose my rhythm, lose my soul, whoa, 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 whoa. So hear me out before you say the night is over. I want you to know that we gotta carry on. So don't let this be our final song. So don't let this be our final.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request your silence so that graduates can be briefed on what they need to do today.
Good morning, graduates. Welcome and congratulations. For more than 100 years, VU has created opportunities for students in the west of Melbourne and beyond, because we believe that everyone has the potential to find their own version of victory when they're empowered with knowledge, skills and confidence. Victory is about having a goal and pursuing it despite obstacles. We believe that with time and determination, you can achieve what you set out to do, just as you're all demonstrating today. I would now like to run through what you need to know for the ceremony. Could you please check that the name on your chair matches your name? And please raise your hand if it is incorrect, and someone will come over to see you. Official proceedings will begin with the university procession, followed by the Australian National Anthem. Please stand for this and remember to remove your cap as the anthem is played. Following this, there will be a number of speeches. Next, it will be your turn to take the stage. An usher will collect you when it is time for you to receive your award. Please remain seated until you are escorted to the side of the stage, and please leave your personal belongings behind. Once you've reached the side of the stage, we will check your regalia to make sure you're looking your best. You'll be handed a cue card at the side of the stage. Your cue card will have your name printed on it, and please check that this information is correct, and to keep it with you at all times. Once you reach the top of the stage, you'll hand your cue card to the stage marshal at the side of the lectern. As your name is called, you'll doff your cap to the presiding officer in the centre of the stage and walk towards him. You will here receive your certificate, and you'll smile for the photographer in the front row, and then you'll walk down the stairs and return to your seat. We ask that you remain in your seat until the conclusion of the ceremony. At the end of the ceremony, please stand for the university procession as they leave the auditorium. Guests need to remain in your seats until the procession and the graduates have departed. It's a reminder that graduation gowns need to be returned to where you collected them from no later than 1 hour after the conclusion of the ceremony. Upon returning your gown, you'll be handed your certificate. The certificate tube you receive on stage is for ceremonial purposes. Before we commence, can I all ensure, your mobile phones are switched to silent and remain so until the conclusion of the ceremony. Guests, you're most welcome to take photographs, but we please ask that you do so from your seats. Once again, congratulations on your great achievement. Today we welcome you all to our VU alumni family, one full of graduates who have gone on to transform industries, lives and communities. Thank you for your attention.
Graduands and guests, I now invite you to stand for the arrival of the university procession.
Please be seated. Chancellor, University Council, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, families and friends. It is with pleasure that I welcome you to Victoria University's graduation ceremony for the College of Business. My name is Susan Young and I'm the Dean of Students at Victoria University and your MC for today. On behalf of my fellow Victoria University staff, I extend a warm welcome and congratulate all graduands on their achievements today. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, we acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung of the Kulin, who are the traditional owners of university land. As we share our own knowledge practices within the university, may we pay respect to the deep knowledge embedded within the Aboriginal community and their ownership of country. We acknowledge that the land on which we meet is the place of age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal, and that the Kulin people's living culture has a unique role in the life of this region. Now, before we undertake the conferral of awards, I would like to invite Mr. David Platt to present today's occasional address. David is a director of the consultancy firm Resilient Futures. For the past 2 years, he has been executive advisor, strategy, policy and projects at Victoria University. He is a strategist and expert facilitator with significant experience in education, social enterprise, organisational change, community development and community resilience. David works with organisations and communities to build and develop strategic leadership capability at all levels, and he is particularly interested in preparing current and future leaders to understand and leverage disruption. He has worked extensively in Australia and the United States. He is also the co-author of Disrupted, Strategy for Exponential Change and the Disruption Readiness Test. Now, would you all please welcome Mr. David Platt.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, parents, family, and most importantly, graduates. On the occasion of my own graduation, my classmates and I sat through what was, and I suspect still is, quite possibly the worst graduation address of all time. I know that sounds like a big claim, and I won't bore you with the details, but let's just say we heard a 60-minute political oration given by the then Prime Minister of Ireland. It was long, it was boring, and totally irrelevant for the moment. In fact, some of my mates later told me they sat through about 20 minutes, left the venue, went to Burger King, it's Hungry Jack's, had lunch, came back, and the speech was still going. To be honest, I don't remember anything about that hour apart from the fact that I kept waiting for him to say something that was relevant to the moment. a rousing send-off that would fire us up to change the world, a gem of insight that we could take forth as inspiration, a trite turn of phrase about the next stage of the journey, something, anything, even a simple congratulations, good luck. Instead, we got nothing. 60 minutes, end of speech, polite applause, a sense of relief that the whole talking thing was over, and finally the feeling that we would get to the business of graduating. After I was invited to speak today, and as I reflected on what I might talk about, the first thing I thought of was that experience. And I can assure you I won't speak for an hour, and I certainly won't go anywhere near Irish politics in the 1990s. My second thought was this: whatever you say, make sure it's relevant to you, the graduates. This is your moment. So, if you will indulge me for a few minutes, I would like to share a little bit of my own journey, some reflections on why my path has unfolded as it has, and a few insights about what I've learned along the way. I hope that in all of that, and in amongst everything else you must be thinking about right now, there will be something that you remember that is helpful to you, somewhere along the way, and that you take from this more than how not to give a bad speech. So here we go. I'll start with university, as that feels sort of right for the moment, and I'll move quickly so as to not bore you with the details. I studied science, then arts, ultimately graduating with a Bachelor of Arts, and to be honest, not much of a clue about what I might do with the rest of my life. At the time, I was a bit envious of my friends who knew exactly what they wanted to do, but on reflection, I think the path I've been on since then has been pretty cool, and it certainly has been fun. And it goes something like this: graduate, sign up for a brand new program focused on teaching kids in disadvantaged parts of America, get thrown into the fire 8 weeks later, teach high school for 2 years, coach the school's athletic teams, boys and girls both, every event, not bad for a guy who basically just knew how to throw a javelin, narrowly miss helping those guys win a state championship, take a year off to travel, bit unusual for an American, learn a hell of a lot by going slightly off the beaten track, find a job in Australia as part of those travels, then find the love of my life through that job. Falling in love, by the way, is pretty amazing. I highly recommend it. Go to East Timor in the aftermath of terrible conflict. Move back to America, work and teach in a university there, social justice and community change. Co-write an award-winning screenplay. Not a very big award, so it's a bit of a stretch, but I like talking about it. Did win something. Move back to Australia, mostly in Perth. Found my own business so I could do what I loved. Lecture in a university, mostly around human rights. I'm pretty passionate about human rights and social justice. Leave my own business for a full-time job. Starting a business is easy. Staying in business, growing a business, a little bit harder. Join a startup while working in a full-time job. Relocate to Melbourne to work at VU and continue nurturing that startup. Publish a couple of books along the way, and throw myself into lots of interesting, meaningful projects that I hope will make a difference. And just for a bit of fun, join the local AFL Masters Footy Club. Hey, I'm a middle-aged guy, not all that fit, what could possibly go wrong? That's it, that's my story. Over the last 20 or so years, there's obviously plenty of detail in between, but that detail at the moment is not terribly important. However, what I hope is at least useful are some reflections on a few things that have served me well along the way. It might sound like I'm telling you what to do, I'm not. This is just how they came out. Be curious. Otherwise, the world is never a bigger place than where you are. And if I'd never left America, I'm sure that my view of the world would be just a touch more narrow than it is today. Ask questions. Everything I've done started with a question. Don't ask, and you'll never know. Love learning. How else does a guy with an arts degree end up working as a strategist? I've had to learn an awful lot along the way. Take risks. In that quick story, I counted 2 startups joined and 1 founded. All have been tough, all were and are filled with risk, but every risk is an opportunity, and that's the space I'd like to be in. Try new things. I don't know what I would be doing here if I hadn't, but I certainly wouldn't be here. Fall in love. I've already mentioned this, but it is pretty awesome. Plus, it's pretty good to have someone in your life who keeps you honest, keeps you grounded, and keeps you on your toes. We've got 2 great kids. That's pretty cool too. Have fun. We only get one shot at this thing called life. You might as well enjoy it, even when things are tough. They say laughter is the best medicine, and I've never felt better than when I'm laughing uncontrollably, sometimes in quite inappropriate moments. Speaking of health, look after yours, physical and mental. That's why I'm playing footy. Forces me to exercise a couple of times a week. I've made a bunch of new friends, and it's pretty good for what goes on up here too. Stand up for what is right. We live in a world where what is right is contentious. For me, however, it starts with basic human dignity. I'll always fight for that. Never take yourself too seriously. Most of what I've done is a credit to the people I've worked with. I've learned more from the students I've taught, the people I've coached, those that I've worked with in my family. I've taken more from those relationships than I could ever give. I'm grateful. Embrace change. The world is not standing still. In fact, we often hear now that constant change is the new norm. Might be good to get on board. Learn your story. It's part of who you are. My dad's family survived the Holocaust. I'm pretty sure that's why I've been passionate about social justice and human rights for as long as I can remember. And don't forget the environment. This is a big one. All debate aside, we are part of our environment, and climate change is the big disruptor. It might be in our best interest to do something about it. If you've been counting, that was 13. Some would say unlucky. Not sure I buy that, but just in case, one more. You are entering a world where change is the new norm. Disruption is everywhere. Things are shifting at an exponential rate, and the convergence of those forces is totally reshaping the world in which we live and work. You have degrees in business, and truly those are just the jumping off point. The reality is, you're much more likely to have to start your own business at some point than go on a more traditional business career path. The world I graduated into is vastly different from the one you are about to enter. And we know that what it will look like in the next 20 to 30 years sometimes feels like the stuff of fantasy. You know all the buzzwords: automation, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, machine learning, advanced manufacturing, Internet of Things, cyber-physical, on and on. You know that the future includes driverless cars, mega cities, population shifts, job displacement, new jobs, etc., etc. You also know that you'll have something like 14 different jobs, that the top 10 jobs in 5 years don't exist now. The top 10 companies in the world right now didn't exist 10 years ago. 60% of some job here, there, everywhere is likely to be automated, and so on. And as I stand here now, someone who works with senior leaders, boards, management teams, and even communities, I'm meant to provide some lasting insights as to how you deal with that. Honestly, I'm not sure I know. Apart from knowing that you're going to have to be innovative, entrepreneurial, whatever that means to you. Sometimes you're going to lead, and other times you're going to have to follow. And through it all, you could do worse than being curious, asking questions, loving learning, taking risks, trying new things, falling in love, having fun, looking after your health, standing up for what is right, never taking yourselves too seriously, embracing change, learning your story, and not forgetting the environment. Looks like we're back at 13 again. I think I'll leave it there. It could be risky, but what the heck? Who knows where it might lead us? The challenges are great, and change will keep happening, faster than ever before. But your leadership, your innovation, is what will help us make the world a better place for all. If you haven't quite realized it yet, your moment starts now. Climb on board, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Congratulations to you all, and good luck.
Thank you, David, for sharing your story and for those 13 hot tips for the future. I would now like to invite our Chancellor, Mr. George Pappas, AO, to speak with you. The Chancellor's role is to chair the Council and to guide the strategic direction of the University. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Susan. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, families and friends, welcome, and a special welcome to our graduands. And I'd also like to welcome some colleagues who are here today from some of our partner institutions in Asia. I think, as many of you know, our partnerships throughout Asia are very important to us and provide wonderful pathway opportunities to students to study here in Melbourne through institutions such as Liaoning University, Henan University, Changsha University and the Sunway College. Welcome to all of you. Today, yes, give them a round of applause, please. Today, of course, is all about our graduands. Today is the day that we celebrate your success. And in graduating today, you've achieved a great deal. You've demonstrated a capacity to set goals and then to work hard to achieve them. You've shown persistence and determination. I also have no doubt that most of you have learnt the art of juggling priorities, and many of you have overcome challenges in order to complete your studies. These are not just qualities that have enabled you to gain your well-earned qualification, they are qualities that will assist you as you build your career. Your success in completing your course is one of many successes that you will enjoy in your lives. Be proud of what you've achieved and know that your parents, your families, your friends, and all the staff who've been a part of your time with us are equally delighted with your success. You're graduating from a university that is highly regarded, not just nationally, but internationally. I think, as most people know by now, Victoria University is ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide. It's also been ranked as number 56 of the universities that are less than 50 years old, and number 55 in the hundreds of the Asia Pacific universities. All of these rankings are from the prestigious Times Higher Education Survey. The success of our university is also your success. It gives prestige to your qualifications, and you can proudly claim that you are a graduate of one of the world's best universities. You can say that you're a graduate of a modern university that's done its best to equip you to meet the needs of our 21st century community. We aspire to the highest standards of teaching and learning, and we aim to provide our students with first-class facilities in which to learn. Our intention is to create the best student experience possible. We also value your safety and your well-being, and we promote equitable, respectful relationships and believe that everyone has the right to live, to work, to study in a safe environment without fear. No doubt, you've all seen the recent media reports regarding the incidents of sexual assault and harassment at Australian universities that was released the other day by the Human Rights Commission. Let me just say that well before that study was commenced, Victoria University implemented a whole suite of measures to ensure the safety of our students and our staff, and we believe that these are making an impact. But I'd like to assert that even one incident is one too many, and we will strive as hard as possible to stamp out as much of this kind of behaviour as we can. The university experience that you've enjoyed is an exciting and intellectually stimulating one, but I know it can be challenging to absorb so much new information and juggle your university commitments with the demands of your personal life. I hope that Victoria University has proved to be a university that is supportive of your individual needs. The university is always exploring ways to continue to improve our services by tailoring the support that we provide to our students so that every student's unique requirements are satisfied. We want you to be leaders, not followers. We want you to be innovators and not people bound by tradition. We also strive to be innovative as a university and will continue to do so. We're introducing such initiatives as our unique new first-year college, which will start next year, and will support students to maximise their potential as they make the difficult transition to tertiary education. Of course, because you've completed your studies, first year may not seem relevant to you, But as alumni of Victoria University, the value of your qualification will be enhanced as our reputation continues to grow. Through your tertiary study, we've helped you develop skills such as analytical and critical thinking. But the acquisition of knowledge must be a synergy of the theoretical and the practical. So Victoria University has an established reputation for preparing students for the real world of work. We do this through a multiplicity of partnerships with business and with industry, by involving practitioners in the development and the delivery of our courses, and by giving as many of our students practical work placements. We strive to provide you with the knowledge, skills, and experience to help you excel in your chosen career. In response to the changing needs of industry, the College of Business this year introduced 2 new master's courses, the Master of Tourism and the Master of Change, Innovation and Leadership. These new courses will build on the college's established reputation for excellence, with its Master of Business Administration degree again being ranked as the 2nd highest in Australia. And this, of course, is by the London-based CEO magazine. The college is also increasingly involved in entrepreneurial education. Last year, 20 students participated in the prestigious European Innovation Academy. And this year, a further 16 students attended the 2017 Academy. With the benefit of the education offered by the College of Business, as you graduate and leave us to embark on your career, consider how you might use the skills that you've acquired to strengthen the communities from which you come, or the new communities that you are destined to become part of. During your time at VU, I hope that one of the things that you have come to understand is that our vision is not only to help our students succeed, but to strengthen our society. If we can build healthier and resilient communities, we are helping to give future generations, perhaps your younger siblings or your children, a better start in life. Today, just over 120 of you will graduate, and I encourage all of you to remain connected to the Victoria University community as a member of the Alumni Association, so that you can continue to build your personal and professional networks. I've no doubt that you will be wonderful ambassadors for Victoria University, and so I congratulate you once again. And now, to the family and friends and supporters who are with us today, can I just remind you that although graduations are formal ceremonies, they're also celebrations. And so we encourage you, in fact, we require you to clap and cheer as loudly as possible when each of our graduands comes up on stage to receive their awards. Now I'm going to ask the graduands to please stand. Graduands, could you all please stand? This is the important part of the ceremony where you're about to become graduates. And to assist me, I call upon the chair of the Learning and Teaching Quality Committee and a member of the Academic Board, Ms. Jacinta Richards, to present the authorised record of all conferred graduates for this ceremony and for those in absentia. Thank you, Jacinta. So now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Victoria University, I admit the duly authorised graduates to the appropriate awards and to all the rights and all of the privileges of those awards. Congratulations, you are now all graduates. Now, graduates, please remain standing. But can you turn around and face your family, your friends, and all of your supporters? And graduates, can you give them a round of applause to say thank you for helping to get you here to your graduation ceremony today. Thank you, family, friends, and supporters. Now you may sit.
Thank you, Chancellor. I now call upon the Dean of the College of Business, Professor Colin Clark.
Chancellor, I'm honoured to present the graduates from the College of Business. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Business after undertaking the specialisation in one or more of the following: accounting, accounting, banking and finance, accounting, marketing. Mayashan Pradeepa Abesandara. Tumau Tasi Alayula. Ao Serafina Chao Ling.
I said this is a celebration. You know, Mr. Platt talked about the hour-long speech from the occasional speaker at his graduation. I've been to many university graduations, including Victoria universities, and what I want to say is we're not like all those stuffy other universities. We value and appreciate all the work that our graduates have done to come to a ceremony like this and receive their degrees. So everybody here has to join in the celebration. You're allowed to cheer, you're allowed to clap. And if you don't, I'm not going to invite you back to other graduation ceremonies. So please, please show us your enthusiasm when each one of these people comes up on stage. Thank you, Professor Clark.
Anusia Balakrishnan. Sadhana Basnet. Sunit Singh Basan. Jose Vincent Belmonte Lisandra. Sega Bandari. J. Joanna Bibi. Bista Indra. Glenn Branford. Anmol Singh Chadha. Suzanne Chauk. Yili Chen. Chung Li Zhe. Bikash Chantal. Dexter Correa. Rhiannon Juliana Cox. Matthew William Elliott. Agnishika Gurung. Monica Hadjko. Isuru Anjana Sumanaratna Himbutogoda Hewagay. Zaneta Ilievska. Han Yang Zhang. Kazi Sawa Kamal. Kumar Kandal. Sunil Kandal. Kuma Lama. Van Viet Lay. Li Jia Hao. Li Ke Fan. Liu Xiao Song. Muhammad Nasser. Lisha Naidu. Win Tung T Tan. T Lisa Win. Ni. Kong Shui Jane. Derek Adu Uwasu. Tarkan Nazim Oz. Glenn David Patman. Christina Villadoloroso Mafataga Pinatito Oyasefo. Ionis Petratos. Piao Mei Ling. Srini Vasanreddy Ramasamy. Shika Rana. Siddhant Rana Maga. Renee Ellison Scholes. Javina Pillai Selayi Govinden. Bengal Sayas. Bina Surchan. Doma Sherpa. Divyesh Shrestha. Rabina Shrestha. Sushmita Shrestha. Rupesh Shrestha. Gorev Shrestha. Nirajan Shrestha. Rashik Shrestha. Shretha Sujan. Randeep Singh. Diksha Suba. Sigul Sultani. Tan Tin Ge. Tan Jia Hong. Tan Yen Wen. Tran T Tu Ha. Wang Siyu. Wang Meng. Wang Yidi. Fei Pui Yong. Yong Qi. Zhang Peng Chao. Zhao Ziqing. Yanlin Zhong. Zhou Xingyue. Darcy Matteo James Flamia. Li Yi Yan. Lim Hui Qing. Ong Yi Lin. Surendra Nair Ramakrishnan. Tan Shi Jiang. Xiao Ying Ling. Tai Shi Min. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Business after undertaking one or more of the following specialisations: Banking and Finance, Banking and Finance Financial Risk Management, Banking and Finance International Trade, Financial Risk Management. Haider El Yasseri. Robert Burafato. Kin Sean Chan. Jeremy Jun Kit Chung. Scott Darragh. Du Si Yu. Alexandra Jelicic. Jin Shu Han. Syed On Ali Kazmi. Huang Jiao. Li Yin Yan. Liu Wei Di. Fan Win Lu. Chala Martinez. Mei Di. Meng Ning. Alejandro David Minaya Salcedo. Who is also celebrating a birthday today. Nadia Nelson. Tan Hong Win. Win Kao Chi Son. Sons Ta Mang. Carl Thomas Timanis. Rajiv Timulsina. Halim Selim Turkoglu. Lisa Vang. Zhang Jiaoxing. Who I should say is also a VU staff member. Zhang Ji Peng. Jing Yu Han. Chantal Zimmerman. Tan Hua Ying. Ho Xin Jin. Yao Bao Yuan. Adam Haran Buren. Lik Ho Lai. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates from the College of Business. Chancellor, I call upon the Dean, Graduate Research, Professor Anne-Marie Heed, to present the doctoral candidates.
Chancellor, professional doctoral degrees are conferred on those who have undertaken a combination of advanced coursework and original research resulting in a significant contribution to knowledge in the relevant professional field. The work generally includes a critical review of the literature, a systematic form of inquiry, and the preparation of a thesis reporting the outcomes of the research. Chancellor, I present to you Andrew Stephen Hogue, who by reason of a thesis entitled Growth Strategies in the Australian Health and Fitness Industry, Franchise versus Company-Owned Outlets, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration. Expanding businesses must decide the most beneficial organisational growth strategy. Andrew studied firms in the fitness industry and investigated what motivated some towards franchising while others kept to company-owned entities. Resource scarcity, efficiency justification, and agency relationships, as outlined in Don's franchising factors framework, were found to be relevant, but choices also were influenced by idiosyncratic firm circumstances. Andrew's principal supervisor was Dr. Rafael Paguio, and his associate supervisor was Associate Professor Stephen Burgess. Chancellor, Dr. Andrew Stephen Hogue. Chancellor, I present to you Jenny Kattis, who by reason of a thesis entitled The Dynamics of Ethnic Entrepreneurship, Vietnamese Small Business in Victoria, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration. This thesis examined the dynamics of Vietnamese migrants setting up small businesses in Victoria. Jenny considered the environmental and personal factors which help in understanding Vietnamese migrant business startups and business survival. The Ethnic Entrepreneurship Theory Map, developed in this study, provides guidance for policymakers and intending entrepreneurs as a potential support mechanism to encourage and to sustain a small business. Jenny's principal supervisor was Associate Professor Jim Silito, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Despina Whitefield. Chancellor, Dr. Jenny Kattis. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of doctoral candidates.
Thank you, Professor Heed. I now invite Chantel Zimmerman to speak on behalf of the graduates. Chantel graduated today with the Bachelor of Business with a specialisation in Banking and Finance. Chantel is highly respected by her fellow students and lecturers and achieved excellent academic results during her studies.
Chantel is a proud mum who worked full-time while studying as a mature-age student. Her eldest daughter started university this year, and Chantel is delighted that she achieved her personal goal of completing her studies before her daughter started university. Please would you all welcome Chantel Zimmerman.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Council members, distinguished guests, academics and teaching staff, fellow graduates, family and friends. It is an honour to give the valedictory address on behalf of today's graduating class. In the words of Charlie Munger, you're not going to get very far in life based on what you already know. You're going to advance in life by what you're going to learn after you leave here. This is so true. But what we have learned is our stepping stone. I'm excited about our future going forward, and I hope you all are too. How do I encapsulate the diverse experience of all the graduating students? I simply can't. We have all come to Victoria University for different reasons. Some have come straight out of high school, some are already in the workforce, some are looking for a career change, some are furthering education by completing another degree, and some are raising a family. And some just love learning. We all have different reasons for being here. Our common ground, though, is we wanted to do something for our future. We wanted to build our skills and knowledge and increase our experiences. I'm a career-driven person who came to VU thinking it would be easy. It wasn't. I was told many years ago if I wanted to progress further in my career, I needed a degree. With a young family, a full-time job, and a very supportive husband, it has taught me great patience and an ability to juggle. I've had to learn perseverance, prioritisation, and how to cope with a lot of late nights. Although I've worked in banking and finance for a long time, it is a great feeling when you can put your study into practice. Through my studies, I've learnt so much. My experience at VU has been made easier by the insightful and encouraging teaching staff and the thought-provoking, informative and challenging units. I know many of you here today have discovered new passions as a result of your time here. Even as graduates, we have so much to learn, and we will undoubtedly find more areas of interest in the future. It means that over the past few years, we've not only gained knowledge in our area of study, but we also learnt a lot about ourselves and what we love and can achieve along the way. For that, we have so many people to thank. Firstly, to the wonderful academics and teaching staff who have both guided and challenged us. In my experience, your doors have always been open and you've been more than helpful. Thank you also to all the university staff and services who continually work to make life at VU more than just academics. I want to thank our amazing family, our partners, our parents, our children, our siblings and our friends who have been and continue to be our biggest supporters. We would not be here without your continued love, support, encouragement and sometimes patience, especially during exam periods when our stress levels peaked and we were not much fun to be around. And finally, to my fellow graduating students, together we have faced the daily challenges of university life. For most of us, we've had to juggle our studies, work, family, our social life or lack of, and there have been many late night study sessions and lack of sleep. And I know nothing beats the feeling of happiness when you have finally submitted a tough assignment or when you have received your grade and you have got a better result than you thought. I'm lucky to have met so many inspiring young adults over my time at VU, which has made the journey even more memorable and enjoyable. Take some time today to reflect back on the first day you started at VU. I hope that now you can say with your degree that you are closer to reaching your goal, even if your goal has changed along the way. This is only the start. We have many exciting journeys ahead. Let's take today to celebrate our amazing achievement. To close, I want to quote the late Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Congratulations, graduates. Now go out and change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Chantel, and congratulations to you. I now invite Vice-Chancellor Professor Peter Dawkins AO to read the charge to our new graduates.
Chancellor, can I ask all of the new graduates to stand, please? I charge you as graduates of Victoria University to uphold our commitment to excellence in the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities in your chosen occupations and industries and in your further studies, to engagement by the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities for the benefit of local and global communities, and access along with equity and respect by the way you connect with people from diverse countries, cultures, socioeconomic and educational backgrounds. Let it be known that you are now a graduate of Victoria University, defined by a commitment to excellence, engagement and access in everything you do. I charge you to make a difference to the world by modelling these values and behaviours and by being courageous in the way you play your part in solving problems in your work and in the broader community. Please be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. I would now like to invite our Chancellor, Mr. George Pappas, AO, to speak with you. Thank you, George.
Thank you again, Susan. Well, I think, as you've all gathered, we're getting towards the end of our graduation ceremony. Can I thank you all for joining in the celebration? You really worked very hard to make this a joyous occasion, which it is, and I'm grateful that you took my advice earlier and joined in the enthusiastic appreciation of everything that our graduates have achieved. And now there's one more thing for you to do. I'm going to ask the graduates to remain seated. You've done a lot of standing so far, so you can remain seated. I'd like everybody else to stand up, please. All of the family, friends, staff, other supporters who are here. Everybody else stand up. Let's give them a standing ovation to our graduates to say congratulations for what you've achieved. Congratulations, graduates.
Chancellor, that brings to a close the formal proceedings of this graduation ceremony. And on behalf of the Chancellor, I extend an invitation to all graduates and guests to join him and the university procession in the view on level 4 for refreshments. Now, for safety reasons, I ask guests to remain in their places until the university procession and the new graduates have left the atrium. Guests will then be invited to leave once the procession and all graduates have departed. Now, would everyone please stand?